Well, I graduated when I was young, graduated as an interior designer. I just loved that perfection. Like, I don't know, it was my dream come true.
Oh,
My
yeah.
husband instead was in the jewelry industry. And when he decided to open up the company, our first company, he needed my help. So the dream went in a drawer and it stayed there, remained there, I guess, forever. I did few projects, but that was it. So basically, we opened up our first company in the jewelry industry, manufacturing. And after 1 year, I think I have to say that we really did the things properly, because after 1 year, we were ready. We received an offer and we planned an exit very well done. And sometimes when I think backwards and I say, well, I don't know how I did it. Okay. And basically I sold part of my shares and I remained with the new company for an extra 5 years. And after 5 years, I left and I sold the rest of the shares. The company was very successful at the time and probably was the biggest manufacturing company in Canada in the jewelry industry. Yeah. After that, I opened up. Obviously, I had an agreement that I could not open up another manufacturing company for another. I think it was like a grain ski contract at that time. They give me another 10 years. So obviously, no manufacturing company. We open up, I should say, a product development company, because I'm from Italy and my ex-husband is the same. So basically, people knew us from the old country, and people wanted to come and sell in North America, and that's the way that the company that I have right now started. Basically, marketing and preparing the market and selling product that was at the time manufactured in Italy, or sometime the product that is manufactured in United States. Right now, I have a big company from United States, and I'm taking care of their product in the Canadian market. I do have other companies at the moment that they're coming in now again from Italy, that they want to introduce their own product in the market, and that's what I do. So basically, we start from scratch. We take a product from a non-known product, and we study the market, because each product is different. I have salespeople in the road here and here in United States. So obviously United States is totally different market than ours, but that's the bread and butter of every day of my business. Well, the key indication, I think it depends on the market, what we see on the market now, what we saw 2 years ago, that all of a sudden everything was shut down. In Canada, at that time, I had 26 stores working with my product, and Canada shut down. Every single one of them. Okay. And it didn't shut down for 3 months like in United States. They shut down for a year and a half. So it made a huge difference. So immediately I started pivoting and check what we could have done, at that moment. So a lot of my stores, none of them probably, they had the basic website, and now all of a sudden you see that they have an in-store where people can shop, because you cannot sell diamonds in the street. You have to be somewhere secure, right? So that wasn't one thing. And now I think in the past 5-6 years, business is changing faster than what you can imagine. And so you have to adapt, and you have to think ahead every time to make sure that you stay above. Okay, if you are taking, again, my industry, it's a big challenge, because you have an impact of a totally different generation. My industry, it's the industry that is no bread and butter. People don't need it. Although people like it, but no, you don't. Nobody needs it. Let's face it. Who needs a Chanel bag?
Yeah.
Right? If you don't have funds, you just look at it. So we are the major luxury company. They are changing totally the direction that they're going, but they have to maintain the quality, they have to maintain the brand. So it's not an easy step. So it's through the marketing, probably changing and a little bit of the product, but you cannot change the quality. You cannot change what the name is all about. So it's really, it's not a struggle, because luckily the luxury industry in even last to 2021 in North America, and I'm talking for North America because Europe is totally different again, but we had an increase in business of 33% above 2019. So it means that people still spend the money.
Yeah.
Even if they don't have it, maybe they saved somewhere else, but they spend on luxury, right? But it's not the end of it.
Yeah.
Every day you gotta watch out. And I mean, I think I spend probably a couple of hours every morning reading whatever article is coming up, because you have to be ready, you have to be upfront and know what you're talking about, especially now through Consulta, when I'm going to tell some person is going to ask me a question about the marketing part, or ask me a question, what should I do? I'm a new business, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Which I would love to have one of those in my hands.
Yeah.
It was COVID.
Mm-hmm.
COVID. It was talking with few of my friends. Sometimes I think we are all we know what we know, but we never believe that we know enough to give it to someone else and to transmit it or give it to really bring it to someone else. And yeah, talking to a friend of mine, I remember he said, but he mentioned, he said, Renata, do you have an idea of the number of clients that you know and that you can walk through? I say, yeah, I know. And he goes, oh, Canada, yeah, Canada and United States, because I have a lot of clients there too. I say, can you imagine if you could give that to someone else, to a younger person that can start?
Yeah.
And then I thought about it and I say, you know, yes. And I met then Alexandra through HEC, same university. And she was telling me that she wanted to open up this business in Toronto. And I said, okay, whatever, I would like to help. That's the way, yeah. And here I am. Because they need everything. And I think I feel like it's like an adventure. You're launching something new. You don't know if it's going to be working. You don't know if it's what the people want. If you don't know if the final consumer wants it, or how the final consumer is going to react. So I love it because sometimes I listen to people and they say, well, I have this idea and I could make so much. And then I start thinking, I play the devil and say, okay, you think that, why you think that? And then I start, who's going to use it? For the final user, how you think is going to see it? What you think is going to be able to pay? So these are all the questions. Then you see people start thinking about it. You know, but that's what you need. You have to make people think. And once they think, then they realize they step behind and say, okay, let's do something else. Let's do some kind of research, because you have to research a lot. I would say one important thing that I believe is it's also one of the biggest mistakes that every startup makes, is that they have the idea, they know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot launch any kind of business and be successful by yourself. You have a strength, I have a strength, another person has another strength, but you need a combination of people, at least 4 people in a company to be able to launch it and to have success. Because even if you are so good that you can do everything, you don't have the time.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the time, unless you have a lot of money already that you can hire the best, then I think you need 4 people inside your company. Yeah, another part that I am planning now to improve is going to be, I want to take courses now on circular economy, because I think it's part of this new economy when you have to think about the environment. So you have to be able to, it's not recycling, it's totally different. We have to be able to find the right way and the right company to do certain things. So I think I found a good school, and most probably I'm going to start taking these courses. So by the end of December, I can offer something else to Cansulta. You will have something else to offer to your client.
That's good.
Yeah.